Welcome, citizens of the Kaiju Nation. Finally back after a brief delay due to the holidays with the Ultra Act reviews. This is going to be in two parts. I'm reviewing Ultraman Tiga and his comparison to a super action hero figure I had that I reviewed a while back, and then Ultraman, an evil Tiga, that I'm going to be doing a comparison in relation to Tiga. Alright, now let's go on to Tiga. Alright, for the box, we have Ultra Act right there. Ultra Act Ultraman Tiga. A nice silhouette right there. All the boxes have this. This is a very nice one, and as some of you may or may not know, Ultraman Tiga himself, being the Ultraman that can change into 3 different types, he actually has a lot of variants. He has a variant of Speed type, Power type, and the movie exclusive Dark Tiga, and ones that I think are only exclusives, which is Glitter Tiga, I think Burst Mode Tiga, and then Lightning Tiga, which is his colors slightly varied into a progression into this final multi-type color. But there's just a lot. I'm not sure why they made them all. I'm probably not going to get them all, but they're relatively the same, but it is kind of cool that they did make each type. But on to more of his box. At the top, Ultra Act Ultraman Tiga, a nice like purple color. It's kind of a dark purple, which I guess that's part of him, but it doesn't seem, his color per se. I don't know, it'd be better if they, put like maybe his front chest emblem as the top. I think that would have been nice. For the side, you have a picture of the toy showing it off its face. I'll get on to more detail once I open them up. On the back, it shows what you can do with them. I'm pretty sure that might be just a description of something that you can do in Japanese. I can't read that. And just, different production stills of the toy. This one, I think, was one of the earlier Act figures that came out along with the series. So, when you see my other figures, or whatever, or at least the other Act I'm reviewing, you'll see a change in quality. But overall, this is pretty nice. And on this side, it's just, the rest of the picture that's on the front. Alright, let's open it up. Alright, before we get into the review of Tiga, I wanted to mention that when I bought this, it came with a little bonus gift, the Guts Wing. It's actually pretty in scale with him. I know they sell a separate one that has, a little posability, but this is kind of cool. I've taken a few photos with it, which I might include in the video, but it's kind of cool that it came like this. They just came with a bonus thing. This is a, preview for the actual toy, you can buy. Comes with a stand. Its wings can fold up just like in the show. But it's nice that they included this. I thought that was just a neat little thing. It's a neat little accessory to go with this. And overall, and it's painted nice too. It's got actually nice detail. It's kind of hard to pick up because it's so small. And it's not really varied in color, but it's very nice. It has a little peg right there, probably for a stand. I'm not sure where I'd find that, but it's just overall, a nice little bonus they added with that. Alright, on with the other parts of the review. Alright, the Ultra Act Ultraman Tiga. Let me just say, I'm very excited that I got this. This is a very nice Ultraman figure. In a moment, I'll compare it to another Ultraman figure that's about the same amount of posability, made a long time ago. But this is very nice. It has its flaws. Its good points and bad points kind of even each other out. But I'll get to its good points first before I go on to its bad points. Good points are amazing posability. He can do a lot. He has a wide range of posability right here. Head can move up and down, to put him in flying mode. His head can rotate a little bit like that. And I'll get into more of, why he can't do it all the way. Like posability, he's jointed at the hip, at the knee. He's even got, a little toe articulation. To get that going, it's pretty stiff, but right there, you got that. Only bad thing is that when you put him on a solid surface like this, he tends not to stand up all the time. He does sometimes, but not always. But enough about that. The center thing on his chest, I forgot exactly the colored timer he has on his chest. It's called a different thing in the Tiga series, but it in the right light, it kind of is a little see-through, but not that much. His overall paint job isn't bad. It isn't bad at all. My friend thinks, it needed a little work, but I think it's pretty good. Alright, now for his bad points. Like I said, his bad points, and his good points kind of even each other out. Bad points for him, his head does not, head rotation is kind of stiff. It can rotate not as smoothly as I'd like, but you can kind of hear it right there. I'm kind of, I have to force it a little to turn. Arm rotation, it's there, but I don't know, like I said, it just feels kind of stiff. And also, I'm not sure, it might be just mine, but he kind of seems to have like a slouch. It might have something to do with him having a waist joint right there. And I'd never liked waist joints all the time because once you loosen them, It never can seem to be in the same, position, and that seems to kind of be his downfall, so he's always kind of slouching to the side a little bit. That might just be my figure, and also these were like the first release, so they were just, starting to get these figures, perfected. Same with his feet. His feet are kind of stiff, especially when I was trying to show off the feet. You have to, kind of snap them to get them going. But, all in all, it's not bad, but it's just minor things that can get in the way. Also, one major thing, but it's kind of a good thing in its own way, and a bad thing at the same time. It's getting his limbs and stuff, like, interchanging his hands, which he has a lot of, which I'll show off in a minute. But it's kind of a, you really have to force those off, and it gives you a nice, satisfying snap, that's secure. But it's a lot of work putting them on and taking them off. You really have to press them in there to really get them, locked on. But other than that, it's still a great figure. Now on to its accessories. Alright, as for his accessories, he has the Zeppelin right beam, which you can put onto his arm. It goes around nicely. It's a little loose, so it flops around a little bit when you put it on. A hand for his, I think it's like plasma slash or whatever they call it. Right here, that's kind of nice. A little see-through, plastic right there with the beam at the end. His color timer, when he's running out of time. It's kind of nice. I don't really put that on a lot because it's hard to get the color timer off. But it's nice. It's a nice little touch. Hands for chopping. Another hand looks similar to chopping, but I think it's for flight. Open hands. Weirdest set of hands he has. I've never used these, but you can see that. These are actually hands, shaking hands right here. I tried it with the Evil Tiga. It didn't seem to fit. But there it is. I guess if you get some of the other Ultra-Acts, you could fit it onto their hands and make it look like they're shaking hands. Kind of weird, but, it's probably cool once you actually get it to work. And his other accessory, which I think is the weakest one out of the bunch, but it's the shield. It's in concept, it looks pretty cool, but it doesn't stay on the stand very well. Like, it's just a thin plastic stand right here. Like, it was cool, but like, this is just kind of thin plastic. It's kind of cheaply made. You could probably make this yourself if you just rip off a piece of plastic or whatever like that. But it fits in its little stand, and it's just kind of a cool thing to show off. But I kind of thought it was a little lame. But that's just me. That's it for accessories. Now to compare it to its counterpart that I reviewed previously. Here we have the Ultra Hero series, or the Action Hero series, made a good couple of years ago. I reviewed this in a previous video about a year ago. Compared to the Ultra Axe series, which was made this year. And yeah, you can definitely tell the differences. The quality of the figure, I kind of like the feel of this figure, but it's lacking totally. I mean, a lot of things are out of proportion. Like his legs, for one thing, are the major thing. It's to hold this whole figure up, which is really heavy. His feet are obnoxiously huge compared, and it's just a bulky frame. This is the one that has sounds, which it's probably the only thing I like about it. But like, you can't really do much with this at all. It was just fun when I got it, because at the time this is the only posable ones, unless you got a Solar Chocogen Ultraman, but they didn't even have Tiga. And he's my favorite Ultraman anyways. This one has head rotation and stuff. He has all the stuff that this one has, but like, none of the hand accessories, none of the other, fun little toys that the other one has. But I mean, I'm still happy with this. I'm still glad I got this, but in comparison, it's a great comparison between the ages of how the toys have improved over the years. But overall, I'd say pick this one up if you can get past the flaws it has. It might be just mine, but if you get past those, I definitely recommend picking this one up. They usually sell from $40 to $50. I got mine for about $40, reasonable price. And as far as I know, most of them come with a spaceship. So if you can find one with that, I definitely recommend getting that. Other than that, that's all I have to say about that, and we're gonna jump right into the Evil Tiga review.